welcome back to the second quarter of the Bobby Dupre Show. My sidekick, Andrew Guitros.
Good morning.
And we were talking about the best of the best. And of course, Lafayette has a contest that they have over there.
With the advertiser.
With the advertisers. And a very good article in the Daily World and the Daily Advertiser recently about the generosity of Glenn Armentar. And of course, he's every, I don't know how many years now, he's been the best of the best attorneys in the Lafayette area. And his generosity, of course, supersedes his quality of his law. But the law is the one what earns the money. But very, very interesting of how many young people have been assisted. And these are youngsters that are having difficulties, possibly having problems of finding a home at night to stay. Mom and daddy are in problems, having situations, living with grandmothers, but showing a strong learning ability at school in spite of all the problems. Underneath lies a real intelligent young boy or girl, and they go out and they seek these people and they work with them, and before they receive this large scholarship money, they have to, you know, be grilled and chosen amongst a number that fit into the category. You can't give them to everybody, not one firm. But it's very interesting. Glenn Armentar is a true friend of Acadiana.
Very good. How about Carl's? We're talking about Carl's Thrifty Way right here in Opelousas. If you're looking for your medicinal needs, they can help you fill your prescriptions and take the time to talk to you. Maybe when you
fills mine.
Went to get that prescription filled, you didn't have time to ask all those questions of your doctor. Their pharmacist will sit there and give you some info if you're worried about some of the side effects. If you want to know, you know, I've not been feeling that good taking this medicine. Is that a side effect? Is that something else I need to go take a look at? They've also got great home decorating ideas, gifts from wind chimes to candles to gourmet coffees and candies, custom gift baskets available, the Lamborghini lamps and oils there as well. And don't forget about them right now. It's summertime. You maybe going to the beach and get those Instamold ear protection that will fit, custom made to your ears or your child's ears right there. And if you're a shooter, people go and get those done as well.
Okay, and what about Targil? You want to get Targil?
I can hit Targil too if you're looking for seasoning and supplies, butcher supplies, cutlery, kitchen supplies. They've got all that good stuff. If you're a cake baker or a pie maker, they've got all the stuff you need, from the pans to all the equipment to the stuff that they put in the middle, all the fillings and that type of thing. And don't forget about them for the classes. They've got classes for adults, beginners, advanced. They've got classes for kids. So you can go and learn a whole lot about baking or cooking or all those type of things at Targil. Go to targil.com.
And
right
don't forget the sister companies, and that's the Mama's Fried Chicken on Lander Street and off of Heather Drive here in Opelousas. And of course, they're the best of the best fried chicken.
There you go.
And
I can vouch for it.
And I don't know how they stack up with the gumbo, but
it's pretty good too.
It's pretty darn good also. I like a little cup of that and 3 of the wings, fried chicken wings, and just a little bit maybe of the rice dressing is good. And I take that home, and it's a good little meal. And not too fattening, but yet very nourishing.
And on Fridays, you see me there getting some shrimp with some catfish there too for your seafood. Good stuff.
Yep.
All right, what else we got? We got, don't forget about Toby's First Friday Dinner Club. They're going to do it this coming Friday, July the 12th, which is a week from this Friday. July the 12th, starting at 7 p.m. will be a cash bar, and they're going to have the dinner club where an appetizer is going to be a shrimp remoulade. Then you have a salad with avocado and tomato and red onions, and they're going to have the entrees going to be Cornish game hens, wild rice, and a praline sweet potato round, and desserts Italian cream pie. If you're interested in going, call Toby for reservations, 290-6243.
Last night, which would have been Tuesday night, REAP, which is a listing of on the backside fundraiser that's held annually. And at the table we were talking, and I sat with Angie and Carl DeVille, our horse training people, and Angie says, met your cousin the other night. I said, really? She said, yeah. Wayne Doucette. I said, yep, we're all cousins. It's cousins-in-law by way of our uncles and aunts. But we have always called each other cousins. He said, we really had a good time. He entertained us. I said, well, if you can sit down a little while with him, he will entertain you. He's a character. He's a character. He's one of our characters around town. A good character, of course. And they own, he and his wife, and I guess maybe the son also, Todd, and Ginger's his wife, and they reopened Toby's little lodge, and Angie and Carl was saying, you know, it's one of the few places in the Opelousas area you can go get a quiet beer, visit and you know and
hear some music
and hear a little music on Friday nights. It looks like kind of standing right now is karaoke and a DJ, and so if you haven't been there recently, give them a try. Try them out. I think you'll find that they've really got the place looking good. And of course, if you're looking for a place to have a party or a wedding reception or any of those types of events, give them a try. They'll really surprise you at the cost and the complete kitchen that you get to use while you're there.
There you go. The Book of D is a play put on by young people for young audiences. It's going to be at the Delta Grand on July the 26th at 7 p.m. and then a matinee and a night performance on July the 27th at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. It's produced by our own Cody Daigle here in town. And my understanding is I think there are only 2 adults in the play and everyone else is kids. So go by. You can give them a call at 407-1806. The Book of D. Let's
have a few pictures. We're already into the second quarter.
How about this picture here? We've got the horses.
My Smooth Talker. That's a 2-year-old. All of our 2-year-olds in the syndicate the names are gonna start with my something, my BBY. That's Bobby, BBY. That's what Mr. Joe Rink calls me. He's the leader of our syndicates. We have one for the 2-year-olds last year are now 3-year-olds, and of course we have a winner. Well, that was last week. Last week we had
My Smooth Talker. I don't see the date on it.
You know what My Smooth Talker? You know what that reminds me of? Gene Labbe and I, when he was alive, and Miss Bertha, his mother, was alive, we went over to try to talk her into moving from her nice home into a nursing home. She had no legs. She had lost both legs to diabetics and living alone in there. Well, she had a few cats and as company. But I gave her a good talk. Mama was there. I thought we had done a good pitch. And I'll never forget, she looked at me straight in the face, sitting in the bed, and she says, Bobby, you're a smooth talker. And she says, Gene, would you go get your grandmother's picture on the mantle? So he went, got the picture, beautiful, and I have a copy of it. I gave the original to one of the aunts, but I have a copy of it. And when I saw that picture, well, I said, Miss Bertha, why didn't y'all tell us we could have one of those Indian reservation casinos?
Because, boy, she definitely...
That picture is
you could see the features
75%, the hair, everything was Indian written all over it. I said, we could have a casino over here. She says, again, I'm going to repeat myself. I'm not going, I'm not leaving, I'm gonna take my last stand just like Custer. And I never forgot those words. And here, Mr. Joe Rink, not knowing anything about this little story I just said, our horse, and that's our first 2-year-old to win.
There you go.
My Smooth.
And that was last weekend.
That was last weekend. That is correct.
How about this photo? This is 10-year-old Michael Van Vickel at 65 pounds, 9-year-old Dominic Van Vickel at 60 pounds, and 10-year-old Anthony Van Vickel at 70. Michael and Anthony are twins. They were champions over the Louisiana Governors games that were held over in Sunset. And they're all part of that Raging Cajun Boxing Club, along with Jesse Fletcher, Brandon Arvey, Brandon Ricketts, Blaze Carrier, Timothy Cow, and they all were champions. So. And while we're talking about the Sunset,
Game Club,
Right.
that's what used to be the name of it. Last week I talked about the nice job that Robert the Ranger had done in cleaning up and really getting the place shaped up. Well, not knowing to myself, possibly the owner of the property, and I mentioned last week that Jerry DiMaggio and his wife were the owners of the property, but I had no idea that July the 20-something, the end of of this month, we're in July, somewhere around the 28th, they're going to be opening up La Place de Chantecler, and that's gonna, that's the Rooster, and and actually I imagine they open this place is going to be an entertainment venue. The couple's son Chad will help run the venue, and of course I met Chad when he was working his way through college, and he was working at the Mexican restaurant on Johnston. Yeah, that's Johnston, on the way to Abbeville, right where the Acadiana Mall is. Saw him there quite a number of times. Very, very nice young man and very capable. And so that's a good idea to bring a venue like this. Let's hope that the Acadiana will give them a good support, and it's got a lot of off-street parking. Remember we mentioned that, and that's important because you know, we know of a few people that got injured very bad and are still crippled today.
Parking along the sides of the road.
Parking on the side of the road and trying to get. Well, look at this weekend, a tow truck driver. I thought about Wayne and Todd.
I saw that young man was killed along the interstate working on towing for guys towing. Yeah.
How about that?
Very bad.
Very, very bad. Jerry, good luck to you all. If anything we can do, we can pass on some more up-to-date information as you get closer to opening. Please let Andrew and I know, and we'd be happy to pass it on.
And how about this photo? And it looks like a kitchen and a restaurant?
Yep, and that's Veronica's Cafe, and that's on Hector Conley. And when Larry Leger calls me to go, he always, for lunch, he always takes me to a different place. And he apparently has been to Veronica's several times. This family here, Veronica and her husband, Kenward, they are the fourth business to open in that place. Three had opened prior, and for whatever reason, I guess they didn't make it, but we won't say that. We'll just say that they closed. She and he have a knockout business, and of course that's part of the staff there. Raven on the left, Veronica, Kenwood, and Stacy, and of course yours truly, Bobby Dupre in the picture. Delicious, what they call these restaurants, Creole.
Creole?
Well, Creole, but
Soul food.
Soul food.
There
Soul
you
food.
go.
She told me, she says, Bobby, this is a good crowd today. She says, we very, very happy. But she said, you should see on Sundays the people that line up front and come in to eat barbecue. Barbecue to go is a big, big thing. So Larry, your choice was very, very good. And Veronica and Kenwood, thank you all for being so hospitable and letting us take a picture of you. You know, some people, well, I'm not prepared, I'm not dressed, and this and that.
I don't like to take pictures.
They don't like to take pictures.
All right, well, we're down to the break of the half hour.
Not already.
We are.
Oh,
and
Lordy.
so we're going to see you folks on the other side of 1 minute.